one of the world's greatest children's book authors of all time, drew cartoons in his school paper, used the name Dr. Seuss because he got kicked off the paper for getting drunk, and he wanted to keep getting published. He was almost going to become a professor, but the woman who became his wife saw his drawings and said, "You were meant to draw." He was an illustrator. That's who Dr. Seuss was. So in 1957, when Hoffman Mifflin comes to him, they have a problem. They had a business problem they needed him to solve. And that was that kids were not reading books. And they weren't reading books because books were boring, right? Books were primers. It was this: Dick and Jane, see Dick run, see Jane roll around. They're like boring as hell, right? With these goofy parents watching them, right? Look, Mom, look, even baby can roll. Who cares? Like, what kid is reading this thinking, I want to learn this? They're primers. They're just looking at the words, trying to remember it. It wasn't working. And what was happening was kids weren't learning to read, and they weren't learning the words that they needed to know. So they came up with requirements. They said, here's what we need you to do. Create a book that children won't want to put down and that teaches them words from a list of 348 words every child needs to know in first grade. They were solving a business problem and a social problem. And he comes up with The Cat in the Hat. That is why Dr. Seuss is great. Okay, The Cat in the Hat is the book that took him to a new level. It changed society, right? Look at this, bump. And then something went bump. How that bump made us jump. Right? Rhyming. He made it fun. It's exciting. Who doesn't want to turn the page? Look at the difference. Like that, you're just like, this is killing me. But like, bump, what is it? These two kids, they're sitting in the window, they're looking out, it's raining, they're bored, and they see this, like, I gotta turn the page. I gotta say that word, right? And in comes the cat in the hat. And I don't know if you've read The Cat in the Hat, okay? But basically, at this point, some stuff's about to go down. Right? He's about to make things kind of wild and crazy. It's not boring little kids who are perfect in front of their perfect parents. It's kids who are like, what is the stranger doing in our house? The Cat in the Hat is the book I'm proudest of because it had something to do with the death of the Dick and Jane primers. That's why Dr. Seuss is great. He taught kids how to read, how to look at the world differently. He taught them the beauty of the words, the sing-songy part. He made them want to say the words, right? The difference between this two, and the difference is you could hire the best writer in the world to make a better kids' book, but what you need is an illustrator who can see the words and create characters out of the words. That's why Dr. Seuss was original. That was his "you-er than you."